Hello my dear friends and my respected lecturer. We are from group 5 which consists of Salma Sabila name 272, myself Marinda Prasasti name 278, Miracle Immanuela name 288, Ananda Salsabilla name 302, and Visto Budi Damaris name 282. It's good to be here today and we will explain a topic in the subject, namely income tax. Is that a PPH or income tax? According to the statement, the government would likely have no problem with the rupiah's movement. The income tax rule is the 1983 number 7 Bill on Income Tax. The act is undergoing 4 changes. The first, Act number 7 in 1991 on changes to the Act number 7/1983 on income tax. The second, Act number 10 in 1994 on the second amendment of Act number 7/1983 on income tax. The third, Act 17/2000 on the third amendment number 7/1983 on income tax. The fourth, Act number 36 in 2008 on the fourth amendment number 7/1983 on income tax. PPH mean pajak penghasilan mean income tax. Income tax category. Income tax are distinguished into several categories. The first, the income tax imposed on private taxpayers was divided between employees and non-employees and entrepreneurs. The second, the income tax charged on the income of the body or the company to the object that the income tax itself bears.
Income tax object. Income as a tax object. The income tax object in the Income Tax Act is described as follows: substitution or reward, price, business profit, profit by sale or profit by distraction include partnership, stockholder, liquidation, grant-bearing treasurer, partial sale or diversion or alfredment, returnee, interest, dividend, royalty, rent, the receipt or acquisition of the periodic payment, benefit because of debt release, profit margin on foreign currencies, insurance premiums, thus income that has been taxed, revenue from an industrial based effort, reward interest, surplus Bank Indonesia. B. Income that the income tax finals. Will income can be taxed. Income is final. Income of interest deposit, income of reward, revenue from stock transaction, revenue from the transfer of the treasurer, current other income.
Income tax subject. The income tax subject is the person or party responsible for the income tax received or earned in the tax year as well as part of the tax year. The income tax subject means people who have to pay income taxes and are called taxpayers. These taxpayers is established in the manner in which it is required to register first with the Tax Services Office to obtain the principal number of taxpayers. As a taxpayer, it should be in accordance with the domicile area. Income tax subject type. According to the Income Tax Act, income tax subjects divided into several types. Among other things, 1. Personal income tax subject. Private people are subject to income tax for those who are either living in Indonesia or outside Indonesia. The personal person income tax subject or OP consists of subject income tax OP domestic, the subject of income tax OP in the country of place. To those who have received or earned a substantial income over untaxable income. Continue from income tax subject type. Income is free from taxes. Big and taxable income set as big. 15,840,000 rupiah for self-tax taxpayers. 1,320,000 rupiah additional for a met taxpayer. 15,840,000 rupiah additional for a wife whose income is combined with her husband's income as referred to in Act verses. An additional 1,320,000 rupiah for each member of the incest and provisional family in the straight line and adopted son, who accounts for the maximum of 3 for each family.
B. Subject PPH-OP abroad. Subject PPH-OP abroad or subject income tax OP abroad. This is valid for those who receive or obtain income that is sourced from Indonesia and through a permanent establishment in Indonesia. 2. Subject to income tax of an undivided inheritance. Still refer to the Income Tax Act number 36/2008, which mean the inheritance has not been divided as subject to income tax in here, so that the impositions of the tax on income derived from the inheritance remain to be implemented. That is, the legacy left by the subject of taxes in this country to follow the status of the testator. When the legacy left by the testator has not been distributed to the heirs, can provide income even if the testator has died. Next. 3. Subject to income tax agency. The agency is the subject of the tax is the person and or capital as a single entity. Either do business or not do business, the agency can be in the form of a limited liability company or PT, limited partnership or CV, any other corporation, firm, partnership, cooperative, and other. The subject of corporate income tax is as subject to tax. This income consists of the agency established or domiciled in Indonesia. Next. The agency which is not established and is not domiciled in Indonesia, running business or conduct activities through a permanent establishment in Indonesia, while an undivided inheritance left by the person as the subject of the foreign tax, that is not running a business or conduct activities through a permanent establishment in Indonesia. It is not considered as subject to replacement tax because of the impositions of tax on income received or accrued by a person referred to is attached to the object.
Object of the income tax a permanent establishment or PI. Subject to income tax permanent establishment is subject to the income tax treatment taxation equated with subject of taxes and mixed bodies in the country. Permanent establishment is a business firm that is used by the subject to tax abroad, either a private person or entity carrying on business or activities in Indonesia. Permanent establishment must register as a taxpayer to obtain a tax aid, then submit tax return as a means of reporting the amount of tax payable in a tax year. In addition, the imposition of the tax implemented on the taxable income using public rates as applicable on the subject of tax agency in the country. Source https://klikpajak.id/blog/perhitungan/perpajak strip penghasilan strip jenis strip PPh strip objek strip subjek strip tarif strip perhitungan slash. And thank you. Hopefully full our explanation could help everyone about income tax. From group 5 class APD 20 English Business Practicum.